What's up, my people? We here with another one. I got my right hand man here. My right hand man since we was kids. That's my boy Chili Chill. We're gonna keep this one light. We ain't gonna get too political on this one. I had a video, a political one that's I was supposed to drop on Sunday, but I'm gonna end up dropping that one tomorrow. I was at the border, Thailand and Cambodia. I was renewing my visa. For those who don't know, I live in Thailand, and I was there when the whole bombing and all that shit was going on. I have a son. My son is Thai. His family is from right there on the border, so uh, I got to see how if the displacement and the bombs dropping and all that shit affected them. So I got a little firsthand knowledge on it. So I'm gonna talk about that a little bit, but we're gonna keep this one lighthearted. We in good spirits. I got my brother here, my brother from another mother. Chill. I don't know if you want to say anything.
Man, what's the word, y'all? This won't be the last time y'all motherfuckers see me, man. So get used to me, man. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So we're gonna do this one lighthearted. We thought maybe we could just throw in some conspiracy videos or some shit. Just keep it entertaining, make you guys laugh a little bit. We're just gonna start with a random one, and then if we don't like this one, then I'm gonna put one that I seen before that I found kind of interesting. So let's jump it off. We gonna pause at any point. Yo, chill. If you need me to pause at any point, just let me know.
You could share this on the stream, right?
Yeah, yeah. I got it's on the screen, so you should be able to hear it.
Mysterious happenings, conspiracy theories, if you will, and cover them in depth in an attempt to get to the bottom of things and have something to look back on at the end of the year. If there's any theories you'd like to see covered in the next video in this series, please comment them below. But for now,
bro, that's the
let's
crazy
get
part.
into it.
I could pull it up on my TV though. Yeah, bro.
Oh, my fault. That shit was muted. I'm about to send it to you right now. I just pulled up the first one that's on the tube, so we can match the minute. And then, if we have a pause it, you just gotta pause it on your end.
What's the name of the video?
I just sent it to you. I sent it to you, Jack.
Uh, Pause it real quick though.
Yeah, yeah. I already paused it. I just paused at 37 seconds.
The conspiracy theory of everything.
Getting that for YouTube.
Nah, I sent you the wrong one. That ain't it. It ain't that one. My bad.
Are you good?
If this one ain't good, I already know I want throwing that tag joint. The tag joint be good.
2025, 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it. It's at 37 seconds on mine, so let me know when it started.
Great experiences with great security.
Boy, you ain't got that premium. You might fuck. Whenever,
My
yeah. Whenever you gonna talk, just unmute it. I'm gonna do the same.
Hold on. I'm at 30 seconds. Ready?
All right, ready.
1, 2, 3, go.
If animals come to you without hesitation, you might be one of us.
If you've never broken a
Never
single
watched
bone,
Lost, have you?
Beginning
You said what?
You never watched Lost, have you?
I seen like the first two seasons. It just took real slow to build up. Whenever it's one of them shows that's on like free TV channels, the shit be slow as fuck to build up.
Yeah, bro. Not to get sidetracked. Lost, first of all, Lost is such a deep show, bro. Only thing I didn't like about it ended it was kind of corny. But that shit's so deep, bro. Touch on so many different topics. Free will, life, death, bro. Rebirth, all types of shit got going on that show. You definitely gotta watch that. But the reason I brought up Lost because at like maybe like the 40-second, 45-second mark or whatever seconds, they got like this fucking sign. It's like it kind of looked like a what's that shit? An octagon. but it got like all these lines in it. You seen that shit? It's like red and black. You seen that?
I see it. I got it pulled up on the stream right now for everybody.
But they got that shit lost. It's like a thing, but it's a company called the Dharma shit that on that show and on that shit, they like doing all this shit with magnets, all this extra different.
Yo, bro, you got your phone placed down like this, right?
Yeah.
You might want to flip it to the side because the audio go in and out. I think because it's placed on the speaker.
Type shit like that.
Yeah, and it auto adjusted too, so that one actually looks way better. Yo, speaking of shows, I just want to tell you what's the best show I ever seen. I'm sure my boy here gonna agree. He actually put me onto it. It's a German show called Dark. It's on Netflix. It builds up really slow. If you're gonna watch something for like casual entertainment, it's not the show for you. We got another friend. He doesn't like it. He said it's too slow. It's not interesting. It's because he's a casual. He likes casual things. He likes Marvel, Call of Duty, casual shit. If you want to watch, let's go. You're a casual gamer, but in terms of entertainment, you're not casual at all. You like to watch some deep theoretical shit like me. This show is called Dark. It's a German show. It's talking about time travel and alternate reality. The shit is amazing. You got to watch through all the seasons. Amazing. I don't know if you want to say anything about it. You introduced me to it, so
I ain't gonna lie, that show, bro. Probably one of the deepest. When they just talking about, you know what I'm saying, talking concepts, fucking
creation.
creation, bro. Time travel. You know how bloodline be intertwined and don't be conflicted and all the fucking what they call that shit, like a paradox.
Yeah, it was a paradox, and like a specific example, it's a character who she births her daughter, and her daughter births her. So it's like a fucking crazy paradox. The shit is absolutely amazing. I would suggest it to anybody who has time, who's gonna sit there, put your phone to the side, and pay attention. Pay attention and watch it. It's really, really good. And they had another show. They had another show, some boat shit. The first season was okay. It was pretty good, but it got canceled because it didn't get too many watches. I realized a lot of people just like shit casually. Like nowadays, people don't like to engage. Like films aren't as engaging as it used to be. Like it's just, you know, it's a bit simple minded. I don't really enjoy a lot of the shit that came out today. We need another show like Dark. Let the German producer company, let them make another show. It was fucking
What's the
excellent.
name of the shit with the box that was on Apple TV?
This right here.
Nah, the shit with the box that we was talking about yesterday.
Oh yeah. That's a good show too. I forgot the name of that one. But it's like this dude. He creates like a box where he can go to different alternate realities, and like it's the shit is pretty good. Let me see if I can find the name of it. Let's see if I can find it.
Whenever you ready to start that shit, start it.
Oh, the show's called Dark. That show's called Dark Matter. It's pretty good too, but it's nowhere to the level of Dark. Dark is out of this world. Just want to throw that out there. When I'm about to start it back up, I'm at 46 seconds. I'm gonna start it back up. All right.
All right, but.
Beginning in late December 2024, residents across multiple states in the U.S. began experiencing a bizarre and frightening phenomenon. A thick sheet of fog slowly rolled over parts of Florida, Pennsylvania, Texas, California, and Minnesota. This mysterious fog had a distinct chemical scent, leaving residents puzzled and concerned. Many people in the affected areas described variations in its appearance and odor, sparking speculation about its true nature. Reports of health issues began rising in connection to the fog, locals experiencing persistent coughing, sore throats, and an unexplained fatigue. Some even described unusual gut problems and a metallic taste when near the fog. Within days, videos surfaced from all over the country. Tampa, Minneapolis, Bakersfield, Austin, Pittsburgh. The fog looked the same, dense, milky, and almost chemical. Some called it fog with weight, saying it clung to their clothing and left a residue on windows.
We had the mystery fog hit us a couple of days ago, and today we're walking around and we saw a bunch of these out in the yard. Does anybody have any idea?
I got mine paused at 209. Why does that look like some crack rock? That shit look like about an 8-ball crack rock to me.
That shit was crazy. What's that supposed to be though?
They said that's like material from the fog that was condensed and left over after the fog went away.
Bro, that's a piece of snow. You know how like snow and black shit build up.
Yeah, black ice, black ice.
Shit like me, like a piece of snow that was left over.
Yeah, that shit look like Shorty hit the kitchen like I got baking soda. I got baking soda. But I'm gonna get back going. 210. I'm at 210.
But
What this is? Because it feels really light like plastic and it kind of looks like a geode, but it's lightweight. It's almost got like a waxy texture to it. It's got a really strong chemical smell and they're everywhere.
My friend who lives in East Texas woke up today and this is what was in her pool. The only thing that she said that was kind of weird was there was some really odd fog yesterday.
Dozens of people reported symptoms: shortness of breath, headache, nausea, and chest tightness. A few even claimed that pets died after being exposed to the fog. Hospitals in several counties saw a brief but measurable spike in ER visits related to respiratory distress, but no government agency officially connected it with the fog of cold air, humidity, and pollution. But for those who lived through it, the explanation felt far too simple. For some, the fog brought back echoes of another unsettling chapter in American history, when the U.S. Navy, in the 1950s, secretly released bacterial agents into San Francisco's air as part of biological warfare testing. One operation, codenamed Sea Spray, blanketed the city in a similar mist. From September 20th to the 27th, 1950, the United States Navy intentionally released pathogens, including Serratia marcescens and Bacillus globigii bacteria, into the San Francisco area. From results gathered from monitoring equipment at 43 locations around the city, the Army determined that San Francisco had received enough of the pathogens to have contaminated all 800,000 residents. Although many were obviously contaminated at the time, it wasn't made public until a hearing in 1977. During Operation Sea Spray back in 1950, at least 11 patients were hospitalized at Stanford Hospital with rare Serratia marcescens infections, a bacterium virtually unseen in the region prior to the test. One man, Edward Nevin, died of a heart valve infection, otherwise known as endocarditis, caused by Serratia marcescens. Other residents that were affected reported symptoms like persistent coughing, flu-like symptoms, and
Yeah, I'm pausing mine at 421. Yeah, the government is always doing some fucked up shit. Whether it's the Tuskegee program where they was fucking uh putting syphilis in black men and not treating them and not telling them and just had them
think about that shit. Giving
going around. Then you got you got you got this story. So then all the CIA nations that they overthrew, like just overthrowing democratically elected leaders, for the benefit of private corporations, not for American citizens, for the benefit of private corporations. Then now you got them engaged in pedophilia rings, and this shit is just like, come on, bro. Like, you can't make some of this shit up, man.
I really can't. Hold on, bro.
Yeah, man. This should be like, sometimes I be sitting here thinking, especially in today's political climate, like you can't, like it seems like a revolution is inevitable. Like it's no way this shit is sustainable. The shit we've been doing, especially in a global market, we're not even competing. I live here in Asia. So I see a lot of vehicles that's not in the US markets that's cheaper than fucking Camrys and Altimas and has better features than Mercedes. It's out of these world cars. I personally own one myself, so uh yeah, bro. I don't know if you wanted to say anything.
You're Colin Howard, like the
That's I'm gonna throw this shit back on. It's at 421.
uh,
Explained fatigue. Sound familiar? Shortly after the 2025 strange fog discourse started to die down, it reignited in early February with hundreds of profiles claiming that a sample taken from a home in Florida found Serratia marcescens, tying it back to Operation Sea Spray and explaining the whole thing. Except I couldn't find a single source verifying that any samples have been analyzed. So what do you think? Were these people that have probably experienced fog before just under some kind of mass hysteria delusion, and this was regular fog all along? Or was this Operation Sea Spray 2.0? Let me know in the comments below. You ever feel like you're being watched even when you're all alone? Maybe it's the existential dread of living in a world with an increasingly predatory internet. If you're watching this video, there's likely a lot more information.
Yeah, his ain't hitting, bro. I'm throwing on that Ted joint. You heard?
I bet. Same one?
Yeah. Cause I like that one the best. I wouldn't mind watching it again. Sharing some of my thoughts on it when I first watched it. Let me find it. Yo, for those watching, we gonna get better, as time go by, more prepared for each stream. But we wanted to, let it flow naturally too, because we just hanging out, But we want to get better at editing and make things look.
We could cut the pieces out that we like.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. But this is just y'all hanging out with us right now. This is like imagine if it was a live stream.
No, bro. You know what I'm saying? They say you don't gotta be great to start. You just gotta start to upgrade. That's what we're doing.
Absolutely.
You start from the beginning, right?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up because I sent it to you before, right? Yeah, I'm gonna just play that.
Yeah.
And then go to my history. I got you right now.
All right, just a little disclaimer for people. We about to watch a video about CERN. I don't think the audience know, but CERN is it's like a place where scientists from all over the world come and they work the LHC with the Large Collider, which where they send subatomic particles that be close to the speed of light and let them clash and try to make a new particle. This is where they found the Higgs boson as the God. Yeah.
Not only that, they literally turned lead into gold. They did some alchemy, like literally did alchemy. Like I don't know how else to explain that. Like that is
You got a
fucking.
video for that?
Yeah, you could. They did it a couple years ago. You can find videos about it. They removed 3 protons from the atom and turned it to gold. But they said it cost them like 2.2 million or something for them to do just that.
That's crazy.
Great. All right. I'm about to start mine up. Uh, Let me know when you want me to start it, brother.
Give me 20 seconds.
Uh, but yeah, that basically, I didn't even know about any conspiracies about any of this stuff. I seen conspiracy videos on it the other day. I knew what CERN was. I knew about the program about the it's in Switzerland. They have like it's 17-mile long, two going around beneath ground, and they basically collided particles. They said that they trying to open up wormholes, like create small black holes. They said, but the particles are so small, so subatomic, like the black hole particles, and it goes away instantly. That they don't think it'd be dangerous. But then there was people saying like you don't know what like kind of like when Oppenheimer said when they dropped the nuke, they didn't the first nuke and they didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen.
But
If
the
it was gonna
repercussions was gonna yeah, hell yeah.
yeah, if it was gonna create a reverberating effect. But so similar with this, they're saying like we don't know what happens if you open a black hole. Like does this shit open a wormhole? So this video started talking about how it relates to the Mandela effect.
What you think? Like what you think a black hole really is?
They said that our universe could possibly exist in a black hole. So I don't.
They said black hole is in the center of every universe.
You said what?
A black hole is like in the center of the universe.
Yeah, they said our universe could exist in a black hole. That's what you're talking about. That's a possibility. That's a real possibility that scientists are talking about now. But we don't know what's because a black hole is just a wormhole. So we don't know what the fuck is on the other side. Is it a alternate dimension? Alternate, is it really multi-dimensional? And I don't know. But this video talks about how they tie into the Mandela effect and saying that a lot of shit that we remember from the past and how it has changed today, like that's causes of the Mandela effect since they started making these particles collide in inside CERN. Uh, I'm not too much. I believe in certain conspiracies. Like right now with this Epstein shit, it's 1,000% guarantees. It's intelligence agencies making honeypot operations to entrap politicians and people of power. So that's 100%. Did the CIA kill Kennedy? Absolutely. That's a definite. So I believe in certain conspiracies. Now, when it comes to sci-fi, like I'm not too big into that reptilian shit. I don't believe in that. But if I was gonna believe in a sci-fi conspiracy, this will be one. Because for sure, if they dropped a nuclear bomb, not knowing what the fuck was gonna happen, for sure they would try to make some time warping shit and fuck around, and they absolutely would do something like that. So let me know when it's okay to play, brother. You ready?
Yeah, you can start it.
Starting it up.
Yo, what's good? We're back with another one.
It's showtime.
Right here on the border between France and Switzerland is the biggest science experiment ever built. It's this huge tunnel, over 100 meters underground and 27 kilometers long, running under nearby homes and businesses and farms. And inside that tunnel, scientists put a long blue tube big enough to crawl through. And inside that tube, they put two pipes that they keep colder and emptier than outer space. And down those pipes, they fire particles smaller than atoms in opposite directions, pushing them faster and faster and faster until, when they're almost at the speed of light, they smash together, sending subatomic debris flying off into this massive detector. This underground particle smasher took thousands of people from over 100 different countries, $5 billion, and over 30 years to plan and build. My question was, why?
Because they're fucking crazy, bro. They're trying to open a portal.
Thought they were trying to break the simulation.
CERN is a international body of scientists that have developed the largest hadron collider in history. It is a 17-mile, 300 feet underground tube that's designed to put particles in opposite directions going at 7 miles an hour under the speed of light and then collide them, which is extraordinarily difficult. It's like shooting a bow and arrow at 100 yards away from your opponent and hitting the tips just perfectly where they explode. That's what they're trying to do. And why are they trying to do this? Because they believe if they can get these particles to go at the speed of light and eventually come and collide with one another, then they will discover what's called the antimatter or the dark matter of what is holding together matter to begin with. They know it's there, like gravity's there, but you can't really see it. They know it's there, but they have never been able to capture it. They call it the God particle. They want to discover what's holding this universe together, ladies and gentlemen, but they want to find the God particle. And in that process, there's a lot of danger that's been speculated around this particular instrument, because this entire instrument and this practice has the potential of creating miniature black holes. Now, they say there's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to happen. And even if it is, they're microscopic and there's no problem, but they've never done it before. So how do you know that a microscopic wormhole won't pull the entire United States, or the entire world, I should say, into it, and off we go?
It does seem a bit reckless.
They're opening the gateway to hell, bro.
Three.
Oh, pause it. Yeah, this little teddy bear is the funniest shit in the world. Cause this is how everybody be when they talk about conspiracy. You always got someone who know a little bit more information about the conspiracy that's telling other people. They always say it like that. Somebody asks a question, they're like, "Yo, you're trying to fuck shit up, bro." They really satanic cults, bro. Like, it's always something, bro.
They're trying to open the gateway to
And they said we on a with hell. Holy shit. Now I'm about to start it back up. Oh, got it, got it. So, now, so,
I was about to, yeah. I believe in all this stuff. Like gateways, portals. Hey, bro, this shit is so man. Open the eyes, real. I
yeah.
ain't trying to sound crazy. Again.
They say, yeah, that's that. You smoking that shit just hit you, put you in the portal. That nigga in another realm right now. Nigga Narnia.
Shit, real. So.
I'm about to start this joint back.
That shit from nowhere.
You said what?
The niggas don't get that. No.
I don't know. Let's see. I'm about to keep it playing.
Oh. 1-0. Nothing. Yes, sir.
This is it. 14 years and $10 billion in the making for a flash of light on a computer screen. But it's no ordinary blip. This is the first particle beam to circle the Large Hadron Collider, also known as the Big Bang Machine. The first step in recreating the first moments after the Big Bang and unlocking the secrets of the universe.
There are tons of conspiracy theories floating around CERN and the Large Hadron Collider, spanning from the Mandela Effect, time travel, and all the way to ripping holes in the fabric of reality. People have speculated on the true purpose of the machine, taking billions of dollars to finance and over 10,000 scientists' years of research and labor to construct. This machine can be considered the holy grail to the scientific community and invaluable in the hands of the right individual. Now, back to the video. Conspiracies run rampant around CERN and the LHC. People speculate that the fire...
But they said that if you watch the video, they mentioned that. They said, yeah, that's when CERN, that's the day CERN did they first. I don't know if it's true. I gotta Google that shit. Let me Google that shit. What's the not? What was the day? Was it the Mayan calendar ended?
2012.
Yeah, was it November 12th?
I don't know what day it was. Yeah. I remember they had that movie that came out.
Yeah. Okay. So it was December 21st, 2012. If if this shit really if they did the experiment for the first time and it went through December 21st, 2012, that's a hell of a coincidence. That's all I say. They said, yeah, in December 2012, the Large Hadron Collider at CERN was involved in experiments related to the Higgs boson discovery, which had been announced in July of that year. Specifically, the LHC was colliding protons at 8 TeV and had just completed its first run of experiments. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
You know what the Higgs field is?
Nah, tell me.
The Higgs field is like this field all the atoms.
Say it one more time. You was low.
Like a Higgs field is what Higgs boson or something, but a field is like a field of where all the particles go pass through and get their
Where they get their matter from?
mass.
Mass. Okay. So it's so before they get their mass, I'm guessing they move in wave function, and then once it passed through the Higgs field, that's when it takes its form of mass or matter. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right, that is fucking nuts. The fact that the Mayan calendar ends, and then that's the first time they did their first successful experiment. It's fucking nuts. That's crazy.
They're crazy.
In the Large Hadron Collider in 2012 coincides with the Mayan calendar marking the end of the world. Scientists are sending plasma through these wormholes that are being created to change the weather in certain areas of the world, creating earthquakes and tsunamis to ravage communities they see fit, or that they are attempting to shift our world onto an alternate timeline, changing the course of reality itself. But, by far the most nefarious theory is that these scientists are trying to open a gateway to hell, attempting to allow passage of demons and other entities into our realm of being. The occultists merging with the scientific community to create a bizarre sci-fi nightmare.
They're all Satanists, bro.
I think they're just scientists, mate.
So, why all this effort just to hit two particles into each other? Well, in quantum mechanics, there is a state of superposition, meaning that the quantum system can be in multiple states at the same time until it is measured, i.e., Schrödinger's cat. You don't know whether the cat in the box is alive or dead, or in any other circumstances until you observe or measure the outcomes. This means that all outcomes exist in a quantum realm or another dimension until the observer affects the system. The Large Hadron Collider smashes the particles that prove the existence of these dimensions. By smashing the particles, the observers can create new particles called hadrons that can only exist in our universe for a split second but originate from the quantum realm. Finding just one of these particles would validate the existence of another dimension. The scientists at CERN have already found 59. Large Hadron Collider can create micro black holes when these particles collide. The belief is that these black holes are so tiny in mass that they would instantaneously evaporate or leave only a very weakly interacting residue. However, this could result in negative repercussions for us now or down the line. Black holes by nature are unstable. Their gravitational pull is so strong that literally nothing can escape it. No particles, not even light. Creating micro versions of these may not be the best idea. We are still unsure of the consequences of dealing with this unpredictable, volatile matter, or what could be created or transported to this dimension from these rips in the space-time continuum.
They caused the Mandela Effect, bro.
It's just people having false memories. But the Fruit of the Loom logo did have a cornucopia in it.
Many claim that CERN's experiments are unlocking something darker than just subatomic particles. Well, let's start with the statue of Shiva. Shiva is the Hindu god of destruction. Some think it's a sign that CERN is tapping into ancient occult powers. There was a bizarre performance where over 600 people, including individuals dressed as goats, winged creatures, and what some claim are demonic figures, all engaged in a series of ritualistic scenes. Then there's a shocking video.
What's up, brother? Think they really did that? You think it was them who did that fucking?
It was like
What?
like they did it as a prank. That's what they said. How true it is, I don't know, man. Cause you got these fucking societies, the Skull and Bone Society with the. I don't know, man. I really don't put it past put it past these people, man. All the craziness that be going on in the world. And some of that shit with the Mandela effect, I vehemently remember it like, for instance, what is it? They said it's the Bearstein Bears or some shit. I remember being called the Bernstein Bears or something like that when I was a kid. Then I remember Fruit of the Loom having that uh Thanksgiving, whatever the fuck that shit is, and inside the picture on the inside of your shirt, and they said that it never existed. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that I remember for sure, and they said it wasn't that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe millions of other people are tripping, but I don't put it past them to be honest. I don't put it past.
It's crazy.
Video that went viral.
Say it again.
Now it's time you can start.
It showed what appeared to be a ritualistic human sacrifice. They point to CERN's logo, claiming it hides the number 666, the number of the beast. Now, regarding the Shiva statue, Shiva's dance, which represents the cosmic cycles of creation and destruction, and the CERN logo, it represents a simplified schematic of particle accelerators and beamlines.
Told you, bro. They're not scientists. They're Satanists.
Yeah, the 666 in the logo is a bit weird.
CERN is the Large Hadron Collider. It's the largest machine in the world. It's out of Switzerland, and they speed up particles close to the speed of light. Basically, in essence, creating wormholes, in my opinion. That's what they're doing. They're creating wormholes. And that's how they discovered the God particle, the Ixambusum, right? I think as they were conducting these experiments, and there's their logo, 666, right? They're trying to figure out how the universe was created, right? Why do they have a statue of a pagan goddess on their facility, a statue of Shiva? Shiva is used in the Hindu faith to destroy, destruction for construction, meaning destroy the existing so that Brahman can come and rebuild. This machine has the ability to unravel the entire universe. Okay, that's the type of technology you're playing, that you could literally destroy the universe, unravel it completely. I would simply state, if you look at the rituals that they've done, they have the ceremony they did in the tunnel, demonic shit, bro. Okay, dressing with goat horns and naked women. What does this have to do with science? World leaders were there.
Well, ceremony was for a train station, not for CERN.
Trust me, bro. They're connected.
In the stillness of night, deep within the grounds of CERN, the home of the Large Hadron Collider, a chilling scene unfolds. Cloaked figures gather beneath the towering statue of Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction and rebirth. Their movements are deliberate, ceremonial. One figure kneels, another lies motionless on the ground. Then, silence. The footage ends. No public explanation, no investigation. Just quiet denial and a video that was never meant to be seen. Why perform an ancient ritual at the very site where scientists are tearing through the veil of reality itself? What door were they trying to open? They say CERN is just about science, but rituals like this raise a darker question. What if they've already made contact with something on the other side?
ถ้ามาตรฐานคือเส้นชัย Blue Scope Set เราจะไปให้เหนือกว่ามาตรฐาน
They don't realize it's a new bro.
I'm pretty sure the ritual was a prank.
Okay, it looks like it's time to make another video about this. Let's talk rituals at CERN, and I'm not just talking about the coffee I need to drink before I start coding. So when people say this, they usually mean one of two things. So the first one is the fake sacrifice that was done by some students. They were pulling a prank and it went further than they thought it would do. So a bunch of them bought some robes online. They went out in the middle of the night. They filmed a fake sacrifice video, put it up on YouTube, and just thought it'd be a bit funny for a few people. And it went viral. But it was a prank. There were no sacrifices happening at CERN. And the second one is the Gotthard train tunnel. Now, this is a new tunnel that was dug through a mountain in Switzerland, and people see Switzerland tunnel and think CERN. It was an actual ceremony. I'll put a picture of it here. But it was, for this train tunnel, it has nothing to do with CERN. It was a bit weird, but it wasn't us. Now you know.
See? It was just a prank.
Come on, bro. She works there. She's one of them.
Today we are at the Lord Shiva statue at CERN. This Shiva statue was actually a gift when India became an associate state member in 2017. And it's still by the Department of Atomic Energy of Government of India. But many of you know that this was a gift from India. But why the statue of Lord Shiva? So, Carl Sagan was the first person to draw a metaphor between the dance of particles of the cosmic universe with the drawing of that curves. So, Shiva is also known as cosmic dance.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, I get you. What's your timestamp?
11:08. I'm scrolling up right now.
You scrolling up? Not true.
Scrolling up, big dog.
You scrolling up? That's
You know what I'm saying? Smoking that Midley. Could have bought it.
Nigga sound like you got locked.
It be hard for me when my jaw keep locking. Got the
I used to be that shit.
oh,
Not gonna lie.
you said what?
I used to be that shit.
That was that shit. That's still my shit. I still be bumping that. My jaw lock anytime I play that motherfucker. It said bite down. But throw this shit back on.
And that's why, with this metaphor,
Show up.
You rolled up already?
Nah, I'm rolling up right now.
Alright, hold on. Don't start yet. Wait.
Like we don't, that's getting recorded.
Oh yeah, I started.
Uh,
it's about to give to the scientific laboratory of particles in it.
Seems like a logical explanation.
Nah, bro, she's a plant. They've already opened a portal.
There is something more supernatural on the drawing board at CERN than what is being admitted. Even Adam.
I'm not gonna lie. This part of the video was fucking nuts when I seen this. Holy shit! Wait till y'all see this. This shit is crazy.
Marker of Tech Bubble wrote of CERN a while back that with the LHC, CERN are expecting to find other dimensions and open portals to these dimensions. If you have the image of Stargate in your head right now, you're spot on. That's what he said. One of CERN's goals is to recreate Jacob's Ladder, according to Marker, and to reopen a portal. Now, Sergio Bertolucci, who is the official director for research and scientific computing at CERN, he was asked a while back about this extra-dimensional doorway by The Register, which was a London and New York operated science and technology journal. And he didn't hesitate with an enlightening response. He said, yes, out of this door might come something, or we might send something through it. If their agenda is unrelated to Bible prophecy entirely, then what is it with all this mystical symbolism that they knowingly are associating themselves with?
I don't think they've opened the portal, mate.
Trust me, bro. They're talking to demons.
In the scientific world, it's this major scientific experiment colliding molecules and atoms, and it's a collider, and it's helping us understand our origins. They believe just prior to the Big Bang. But for people like me and you and some others, and people who have talked to people who have been there, worked there, I'm not doubting that these scientific experiments are going on. But I have to go back to not really what is CERN, as much as why is CERN where it's at? And then you understand these people that are talking about ripping the veil, tapping into portals, opening up dimensions and so forth. Half of it's in Switzerland, half it's in France, but Switzerland is the main reason it's there, because in Switzerland, you have Geneva, Switzerland. Geneva, Switzerland is, in my opinion, one of the most demonic portal places in the world.
Why is Geneva demonic?
Bro, why do you think the WEF said?
There's a significant section of CERN that is built upon the St. Genus Poili, which is a commune in Ain, a department of France. In Roman times, the St. Genus Poili was called Paliacum, but the town and a temple were dedicated there in ancient times to Apollyon, the destroyer, the Sheba Horus, if you will. Apollyon is also the angel of the bottomless pit, referred to in Revelation 9:11. And then there is a connection between CERN and the Gothard-based tunnel, the GBT, which is the world's deepest and longest tunnel system, consisting of two parallel passages, each moving in a single direction on a single track. The connection to the Large Hadron Collider has to be made primarily because of the bizarre opening ceremony that was live streamed to the entire world on June 1, 2016, that included this highly occult, demonic dance with characterization, beginning with a call to unite the religions of the world by conducting an interfaith blessing of the tunnel beside a statue of St. Barbara, the patron saint of miners. The tunnel ceremony was all about sex rights and rebirth, leading to a new world order that's a complete reversal of the Judeo-Christian design. This included the triple goddess and the horned god, along with human sacrifice and a return to pagan worship.
They all just reference this one ceremony.
This is how I'd learn AI in 2025. Watch this. Let's be real. Most people over 40 use
One was enough, bro. They bury on an ancient temple.
Okay, folks, I've been to CERN. CERN is very, very weird. I was actually there a couple of years ago when Russ Dizdar was still alive, well before COVID. So we're there at CERN, and we're being taken by a docent who's like basically just parroting what he's been told to say. So we're in this place where the statue of Shiva. Shiva is the Indian god of death, basically the destroyer. And I look at the docent and I go, what's this doing here? He has no answer for it at all. Basically, here's the bottom line, and this is something that we need to really delve into here. CERN is built on the site of the ancient temple of Apollyon. Tom Horn, who passed away last year, very untimely, wrote about this. So CERN is at this ancient temple. They're going to open up and start using CERN and testing it the day of the eclipse. I mean, what are we looking at here? Is that deliberate? In my opinion, it's absolutely deliberate. Something is going on. Here's what I think is going on. The top.
What minute you on, bro? Also, the part that I was talking about that was crazy. That part ain't come up yet. That's when they go to the Hindu temple and you can see the spiral on the inside of the thousands of year old architecture that's there. It matches the CERN machine, that the edge of it, like precisely. Like, wait till that part come up. That shit is crazy. But what minute you on? What you were saying?
1648.
So you a little ahead of me. Hold on. Let me catch up to you. Don't start yours yet. Let me catch up to you.
Powers that be are opening up CERN in coordination with the eclipse to open up a gateway, a portal. And that's what I think these sites really are all about.
Well, nothing happened on the eclipse.
It did, bro. They put us on another timeline.
Actually, CERN is dealing with radionuclear research.
Right. I'm at 1644 now. Is at like 1617. You know they give me mad ads here and shit.
It's our nuclear research, but it is more than that because there are not.
I'm at 1648 now. They said, yeah, we on another timeline, bro. Oh shit, this shit is crazy.
Shit getting real.
Listen, I'm not a super I do think some conspiracy theories are real. I'm not on the demons and all that. I'm not into that shit. But they said the likelihood of the universe itself even existing is so minute that, it's super unlikely. So the unlikeliness that they somehow figured out time travel, I don't think it's that unlikely. I think it's a severe possibility.
I heard some shit one. I think the scientists think we like talking about God and shit, and like how like but like to exist here. So it's so the chances are so small.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They try to say like so we had created. You know what I'm saying? Had to be somebody made.
Listen, the chance of anything existing at all, of this existing, is less likely than if things exist, motherfuckers being able to create a time machine. It's like, so like, I don't put it past them. Do I think they would try? Absolutely. Look at what's that the MK Ultra. They was trying to type into psychic abilities. Yeah, yeah. So I definitely don't put it past these motherfuckers, man. They are some sick fuck. And not that I don't think this is sick. I think this is kind of cool, but it's dangerous. You got to be extremely careful with something like this.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, you breaking the barriers of what hold our universe together. Like, this is not something small. This is a major thing.
Fact, bro. And you fucking with humans gonna try to take it to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, on pure intentions, you know?
Absolutely. Look how society is ran now. The greed and absolute greed and power. That's the only thing that matters. But
Nice.
I'm gonna keep playing it. I want to get to the point where they show that the ceiling with the spiral shit. I don't know if you've seen that part before, but I'm gonna play that. Keep on.
Yo, we're gonna be able to show the people like on the stream.
Show what?
They can watch with us. The video we watch.
Yeah, it's playing on the stream. They can see it.
All right.
The physicists, I know some, they're doing very strange experimentation. There are beings from portals coming in and out. It's physicists from the CERN who told me this. They've testified to beings coming in and out of portals. Yes, they have apparently in the bottom of the CERN this portal, this door where
I just want to say, they kind of sound like men a little bit. Maybe they the demons coming out the portals.
some others say there are more. They are dealing with all the subatomic dimensions. They say there are 17 different dimensions of reality. That's what those physicists say. Some others say there are more dimensions. You know, they had a being. They did not tell me more. Who came that doesn't resemble a human, and then they had another one, and they have because they left a scarf. They left the scarf, and now when you look at what is going on in the CERN, there is a fight from some of the military agencies. Intel, they say that there is a fight on time. They're trying to change time.
Why would they want to change time?
They want to change history, bro.
If you have been feeling like time has been moving very fast lately, you are not crazy. According to a recent report, Earth is now spinning faster than it used to, and clocks may even have to skip a second to keep up. Due to this strange event, for the first time ever, timekeepers and organizations are considering subtracting a second from all of their devices, which they're calling a negative leap second, just to make sure all these devices are in line with sun up and sun down. And they're planning on doing this around the year of 2029. Now, I've heard a few people talk about how they believe this may have something to do with CERN, and that's because every time they use their particle accelerator, people start reporting having strange dreams, disassociating with time, and having Mandela effects. Even during CERN's opening ceremony, you can see that they show a clock moving back and forth rapidly, which could be symbolic for whatever's making people feel strange about time currently. But this does remind me of a scripture in the Bible, specifically in Matthew, that talks about how the days will be shortened before the return of Christ for the sake of the elect. So maybe time moving faster is the beginning of our shortening of days. Now, obviously, I don't know for sure, neither about God's timing and plans for our immediate future or about whatever CERN is doing. But I do know that the spiritual war between good and evil is getting more intense daily.
That's right, bro.
Things have been on top lately.
I just want to say this. I got it done. That shit pisses me off every time people start quoting Bible scriptures and shit. Why do people act like when the Bible was created, that's when history started? Like we don't know any history before the Bible was created. I don't understand this shit. Like that should be like really like blowing my mind. Like you can't logically think. First of all, the Bible is fairly young to current day to present day. You got the making of the pyramids from the time the Bible was created. It's a bigger gap between that and when the Bible was made and now. So, like Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, Pompey the Great, Pompey Magnus, Cicero, that was 50 years before the Bible was created. So, democracy in the Roman Republic and Greek civilization, that was there. And then if you get into ancient civilization, where a lot of these themes from the Bible come from, you got the Old Testament, the Ten Commandments coming from the 42 negative confessions. I touched on that tone a little bit in one of my previous videos. Like, I don't understand. Like, you guys can't think beyond that. You just, everything just, the Bible and angels and demons. Like, come on, bro. Just wanted to say that. I don't know if you had anything to say about it.
Not really, bro. The Bible probably like closest because shit with all the crazy shit talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
two-head Leviathans and all that extra dumb shit.
For real. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I think. That's the most they could associate with all the crazy shit they experimenting with, all the stories they think. That's the only thing they could associate. You know what I mean? You ever read the book of Enoch?
Yeah, I heard of it.
You know what it's about and all that?
Yeah, and they didn't put it in the King James version of the Bible. There's so many different versions of the Bible. You gotta understand that first of all, the first original Bible, what they decided was what was going to be appropriated in the Christian religion in the conference of Nicaea. What is that? 394 A.D. Then you got the King James Bible. When was that made? The 1500s. I think
Somewhere. Yeah.
mid 16th century. Something to that nature. So, I mean, and then a lot of people like to say, "Oh, well, the Ethiopian Bible was around." First of all, the Ethiopian Bible was made in 395 AD. It was already, I'm pretty sure, it was already. Well, I don't know if it's exactly 395 AD, but late 4th century. It was already the predominant religion in the Roman Empire. It was used as a political tool to unite the empire, and it has been used as a political tool just the same as Islam to achieve the mission of certain ethno groups. So like, come on, like people need to think like just use your common just use your common sense. Just think, just research. You could Google all of this shit. I don't know why. I get we grew up with a lot of this shit, and it's like tempting to just fall in, but please just use your basic level of perplexity to it's not complicated. But I'm gonna keep going with the video. Use your basic level of discernment. I'm at 1910.
All right.
This collider and these beings that they're in communication with. So we're talking about the premier scientists on planet Earth right now who are actively engaged, according to their own words, communicating with something with a personality, in their own words, from another dimension. And that's the purpose of the collider. I mean, people need to understand this is not science fiction. This had facts.
That's correct. What I write about in my novels,
right,
I place a storyline that is embedded with science fact. Everything that I present publicly in the books, public speaking, is all drawn from their own scientific journals and white papers. And then I'm able to see what they're doing, not just extrapolate, but see in the real time what it is they're doing. Not a future agenda, but what they're doing right now today. The imminency of what they intend to do, which is opening this.
They were like Kurt Angle, bro.
Sorry, Brett. It's all entertainment.
It could be someone outside the simulation.
We know antimatter is real. We can actually.
What is antimatter?
I'm not a physicist, but antimatter is like the opposite of matter, and matter and
nothing.
It's not nothing. I'm not qualified to answer the question, what is antimatter? I know it exists, and I know that we can create antimatter.
Quick note. People be obsessed with the idea of nothing. Understand, from nothing comes something. Everything was made from nothing. Nothing. Our universe is built up off of nothing. Like, it's
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't be believing in that though, bro. I feel like that's one of the biggest fallacies in science. That the Big Bang is nothing can come from something. I mean, something can't come from nothing.
That's how you perceive it as a human, as a human organism. That's how far your mind, like our minds, could perplex. That's how we understand things to be. But I tell you what, before you was born, where were you?
I was a sperm cell. And my pops nuts.
All right. People be worried about what's going to happen when you die, but what happened before you was born? It's ebbs and flows. You know what I'm saying? It's just like every back got a front. You know what I'm saying? Every up got to have a down. You wouldn't know what something is if it wasn't nothing. If the idea of nothing didn't exist, you wouldn't know what being something is. They go hand in hand. They coalesce.
I get what you're saying, bro. But there wasn't nothing. Nothing, man.
There was not. Okay, so all right, so let's play this game, all right? Let's say it is a God, right? Let's say it's a Christian God, right? What created him then?
God and all that. I ain't
What created him then? And then what created that? What created him? And what created him? You get what I'm saying? From nothing comes something. Everything comes from nothing. Right now, everything is built off of nothing. The space in between that we consider nothing is something. It is actually something, but we can't perplex it to understand that nothing is something. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, bro. But like you just prove my point. Okay, you can't have something. Nothing.
Okay, listen. You're watching a film, right? In the film, you wouldn't notice the actor. You wouldn't notice me if it was nothing here. It's you get what I'm saying? This nothing that what you consider nothing is something. You notice my figure because you notice how it separates from everything else.
Absolutely, yeah. I get what you're saying.
You get so absolutely something came from nothing, but nothing is not nothing. We perceive it to be nothing, but nothing is actually something. It's
Exactly,
complicated.
man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Nothing
but
that you think nothing is actually something, bro. So you
yeah, well, what we perceive it to be nothing, but it is something.
yeah. So you prove my point. Like,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the point you was making. I thought you were saying that nothing can't be something, but it is still kind of nothing in our sense, in the way we view it and think of it. It is still nothing, but it's something.
yeah, bro. I heard a science say, bro, and a lot of niggas would agree, probably a lot of science. I forgot his name verbatim. He was like, yo, bro, everything in science is basically true if we allow one lie, and that's the Big Bang. You feel me? Everything else in science is proven if we allow that one lie. Big Bang, bro. The Big Bang is a fucking some shit they tell niggas, bro. That's what I believe. That's just my.
I believe my personal opinion is I think the universe is an organism, and I think we just apertures to which the universe views itself. I believe just like inside our body, we have those blood cells that it has different functions and kills whatever the fuck anti-plaque whatever white blood cells or whatever. We have our functionality, and we can only see through our narrow lens. It's like this camera. The camera lens only can see what's out here, but it's part of the camera. It's just a function of the camera. The lens is just a certain function of the camera, and I think uh we work in the same way. Like we can't describe our organism without describing the environment that contains us. You get what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
shit goes deep, man. Shit goes deep. I want to finish this video though, because I want to get to the part where they show that spiral, and then that shit is fucking crazy.
What part you want?
2047.
Matter at CERN. We have created antimatter at CERN, but it only exists for fractions of a second. I'm entirely persuaded that that there's an extraterrestrial to this, and I'll tell you why. You're probably familiar with the testimony of Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar allegedly worked at the Nevada facility, the S4 facility by Groom Lake, and was involved in the reverse engineering program. He worked on a particular saucer that he denominates the sports model because it was sleek and it was functional. And his job in the program specifically was to work on the reactor. And according to Lazar, the reactor was a antimatter reactor. And in order to function, it required a piece of exotic matter that was machined into a triangle. And that exotic matter is called, was called by Lazar, element 115.
You said Lazar was a plant.
He is, bro. But he's right about element 115.
Antimatter, that collision between matter and antimatter, that annihilation, that could be turned into a weapon. You can weaponize that. You can stabilize it, and that you can build antimatter bombs. Well, I mentioned that CERN, the largest man-made machine on planet Earth, is a Large Hadron Collider in Geneva, in the CERN. And the Chinese are building one 10 times the size of that.
No, I didn't know that.
At least they were. They definitely were. I would assume that the project is still underway. And again, the CERN is the largest man-made machine on Earth. Chinese are building one 10 times larger. The objective of CERN, ostensibly, is they want to find out what happened at the Big Bang, right? I went to CERN and talked to the physicists there, the particle physicists, and they want to know what happened at the Big Bang. They want to know how the universe came to be and all of that. The idea is to look back in time. And
ตอนแรกเนี่ยผมคิดว่ามือถือเนี่ยมันจะตันแล้วเนาะแต่พอเวลาเรารู้สึกว่าหัวเว่ยเปิดตัวแต่ละอย่างมาครับ
But I don't think that's why the Chinese are building a particle.
Probably not.
An atom smasher that's 10 times the size of CERN. I think what they're after is antimatter weapons.
With fun, right?
They're not making a weapon. People just want to understand the universe.
You're saying that all the particles in the universe need to be held together by something, and this is the glue, if you will, that's holding everything together.
In a way, it's that you get mass. So these particles are solid because they're interacting with this stuff, except for light, which travels at the speed of light because it doesn't interact with
I'm fascinated by people that think on this level. For someone to conceptualize this and then set out to prove that it exists and then prove that it exists.
This is the beautiful thing. So this is a prediction from the 1960s, a mathematical prediction. Then, about 10 years ago, we decided to build the biggest scientific experiment ever built, 16 miles in circumference underneath Geneva. We accelerate protons to 99.999999% the speed of light, at which speed they circumnavigate this ring 11,000 times.
You get them spinning around this ring really fast.
One the other way. We collide together 600 million of these every second. In every collision, we create the conditions that were present less than a billionth of a second after the Big Bang. We take photographs of those 600 million collisions per second, and we find out this guy from 1965 was right.
This guy's definitely a plant, bro.
Yeah, it's a bit wet, but he clearly knows what he's talking about.
From the logo that shows us the 666 to weird doomsday dances about ritual sacrifices to having a statue of Shiva, the destroyer of the world, out front of their building. Always a suspect little outfit. Well, now they just got a little more sus because they pulled off the most great work that one could do, the alchemical turning of lead into gold. All right. Because on May 7th, they published a paper in the Physical Review Journal reporting that they did some experiments that successfully transmuted lead into gold in the Large Hadron Collider. And it gets deeper than that. I'm going to read you the sort of like nerd talk, but we're going to go deeper into this a little bit. Their website, from the CERN website, it says, transforming the base metal lead into the precious metal gold was a dream of medieval alchemists. This long-standing quest, known as chrysopoeia, which I'm probably mispronouncing, which I had to look at the word up. And I have a book called Real Alchemy, and it says that the Greeks called alchemy chemia. And it was actually a combination of the two words chrysopoeia, which is what they say in the CERN article, mixed with agiropoeia, which means gold and silver making. Now you're probably asking like me, you're like, how? How did CERN turn lead into gold? Well, I'm going to tell you how, and it's not going to make sense to you because it doesn't make sense to me, or maybe you're way more intelligent than I am, which is probably true. The electromagnetic field emanating from a lead nucleus is particularly strong because the nucleus contains 82 protons, each carrying an elementary charge. To create gold, a nucleus containing 79 protons, 3 protons must be removed from the lead nucleus. And they do this in the Large Hadron Collider beams.
Turning lead into gold is insane.
It's black magic, right?
That thing has officially turned lead into gold, which means we're back in medieval times. Pretty insane that they call it that, but wait until you see how far back this idea goes. There's a temple in India called Dilwara Temple. On the ceiling is one of the most wild carvings you will ever.
This is what I was talking about right here. What the ceiling? What you doing?
Yeah, I'm looking.
See in any temple. And there's not just one, there's a bunch of these things. They're the most intricate things you will ever see, and all of them are different. This one is absolutely massive. It's made of marble, it's 3D, and it's as detailed as a Gothic cathedral. This is the particle collider from the side. If you look straight through it, you see an outer circle and an inner circle. Look what happens when we use that inner circle with the Dilwara temple ceiling. As an engineer myself, I was like, that's a dope coincidence. So I was trying to find what inspired them to carve something like that. If you dig deep enough, you'll discover that the quantum pioneers almost all studied the Hindu tradition. Schrödinger, heavily into Eastern mysticism. Bohr was deeply interested in Buddhist concepts that originated from Hindu philosophy. Heisenberg had frequent discussions with Rabindranath Tagore. He was the Da Vinci of Eastern philosophy. The most famous quote from Oppenheimer is from the Bhagavad Gita. Why? Well, the concepts are almost exactly the same. Collapsing the wave function, that's Purusha. This means consciousness builds the material world. The observer effect, where observing affects the outcome of an experiment, is the eternal witness in Vedic texts. Just Google Sakshi. Non-locality or entanglement is the same as non-duality, the same thing that Schrodinger was studying. How? Superposition, particles existing in multiple states until measured. That is exactly the Atman. Okay, quantum field. It says even empty space isn't empty. Same exact thing as the Akash. It's the field that holds everything together. This one's my favorite, the multiverse theory. Infinite parallel realities. That is exactly how the lokas are defined in Vedic cosmology. Now, alchemy is an Arabic word. Alchem means of Egypt. Both of these cultures use a consciousness-first science. The reason why so many brilliant minds are into this stuff is because what they carved on the walls looks like what we're inventing today. Now we're in the age of decoding what's been right in front of us. Or is that awakening?
There's a lot we don't know about alchemy, bro. But we'll have to save that for next time.
Yeah, man. This channel is pretty good, man. He got some little dope conspiracy videos. I like watching some of these shit. I just found them the other day. This is the first video I've seen to them, and I've been watching a few of them the last 2 days. So, uh, yeah, that's that. I don't know if you had anything to say about this shit, Chili. That boy's stuck in the Mandela effect. He gone. He disappeared. Oh shit. But yeah, this is our first video we did together. We're just kicking it. We probably gonna do a little bit more in-depth topics in the future. Sometimes we're just gonna hang out. Might have some other friends on here. Um, I wanted to maybe get some once we build a following. I want to be able to like have a Discord and have you guys be able to join up and chill and talk about different things, sports, whatever. Just a lot of different topics. So we'll get there. Yeah, my boy Chili's really stuck in the Mandela effect right now. He in another universe. But I'm gonna just end it here on that note. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm gonna have another video dropping tomorrow, more of a political one. So until then, I see you.